Boxing Truth here. What a great heavyweight championship fight by Joshua Klitschko. The fight lived up to the hype. One of the rare times a mega fight like this lives up to the hype and actually exceeded expectations. I gotta give props to both fighters. They put it all on the line. They showed determination, will to win, and both went through adversity, and it was just very impressive what both guys displayed in that ring. Had to dig deep, had to get up from knockdowns, had to get back into the fight after getting rocked. And Klitschko, he let the fight go tonight. He had the fight in his hand. He had it within his grasp. He was on the verge of fulfilling his goal. He truly was obsessed. That was the best in terms of heart and strategy, the game plan. That was one of the finer performances of Klitschko. However, his age did show up in the fight. He just doesn't let his hands go as much anymore, and he didn't pull the trigger as much, which kind of let AJ off the hook. I mean, Klitschko played a lot of mind games in the ring, would stand up first before the bell rang from his stool, displaying to Joshua that, yeah, you may be younger, but I'm stronger and more experienced. And Klitschko, he was a stronger fighter early on and pretty much throughout the whole fight. I mean, he was backing Joshua up. He was the ring general. He was constantly popping Joshua with the jab. Joshua showed that he's still raw, that he's still developing, and he was let off the hook by Vlad in that 7th round when Wladimir scored that knockdown in the 6th. Joshua used his youth. I expected him to have a good moment against Klitschko in the first half of the fight. He did. He knocked Klitschko down. Wasn't surprised that Klitschko got up and started putting a whooping on Joshua, because Klitschko's got heart. He's done it before. He's been dropped. He's gotten back up to win fights. And he was in control for the majority part of the fight after he got up from the knockdown. Joshua was gassed. He was winded. He was mentally done in the middle part of that fight. And Klitschko made the mistake of not pushing on the gas, not putting more doubt into Joshua's mind, and just not letting his hands go enough, not letting the right hand go enough to really fulfill his goal and to be a conqueror again, as he was too passive after the knockdown. Joshua was done. He was there to be taken. All Klitschko needed to do was put a little more pressure, throw more punches, and throw the right hand more. Set up the right hand with his jab, which he was doing very well. The jab was working throughout the fight, but he just wasn't throwing enough power punches, wasn't throwing enough punches in general. His age showed tonight, but Joshua showed what he needed to show me. He showed a lot of character. He gained a lot of experience throughout this fight. He hung in there. He was done after that 6th round. He was fatigued. He was mentally beaten, but Klitschko just didn't push him over the edge, and he let Joshua hang in there. And Joshua surprisingly got a second win. Started gaining more confidence as the rounds weren't getting as lopsided as the rounds started continuing to the later rounds. The fight went pretty much as I expected, but it was Klitschko that was making more earlier statements in the first half of the fight than I anticipated. Joshua didn't look like he was going to have any moments within the first half until he exploded, which was he needed to. He needed to use his youth. And Klitschko had the fight in the bag. He really was pushing. He was the ring general. He was backing Joshua up. He was making Joshua look uncomfortable. He was making Joshua miss. But he paid the price of just being a little too patient and he just wasn't letting his hands go enough. He was ahead in the fight going into the 11th round, as Joshua somehow just bursted out with energy, and once he scored the knockdown, he went for the kill. He did what Klitschko didn't do, and that's the difference when you're 41 years old and you're not you're not throwing as many punches compared to Joshua. When he gets you hurt, he's willing to step on that gas pedal, and he did. He pushed for the knockout. Klitschko didn't. That was the difference in the fight. But nothing but props to both guys. Joshua, he pulled it off. He did it. He had one of the most dramatic victories I've seen in heavyweight history. He looked done. He looked spent, completely beaten in that 6th and 7th rounds. I was. It looked like my prediction was spot on. It looked like Klitschko would get him out there even earlier, but it wasn't the case. Joshua proved me wrong. Congratulations, Anthony Joshua. You are the new king. You got an emphatic win, and Vladimir Klitschko has played his role. The boxing gods just simply wouldn't allow Anthony Joshua to lose, which could be the explanation of such a dramatic victory. Klitschko has fulfilled his role in the boxing world. He's created 2 new heavyweight stars, 2 new young champions. The fight lived up to the hype, got everyone pumped up. Even Tyson Fury got back in the gym because of this fight. He was even pumped up. And hopefully Fury can get his shit together, get his license back, and get back in the ring for the next heavyweight super fight between Fury and Anthony Joshua. Congratulations, AJ. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.